Hello, it's Kitti with declutterthebrain.com coming to you live at 11 Eastern on Thursday, June 23rd, and coming to you on a spectacular, I guess we're into summer now, day in Atlanta, Canada, and I hope it's a wonderful day where you are, and if it isn't, then just trust me, if there are clouds above, there is blue sky above those clouds. I know because I have flown through those clouds physically and metaphorically. And just trust me on this. Is blue sky, unless of course it's nighttime, in which case, well, you gotta wait. You have to wait until the morning. But, anywho, have a good day. Whatever is happening, weather-wise, right? Weather-wise, we'll just stick with that. Who am I? I am Kitti Andrews with declutterthebrain.com. I am proud to be your thought organizer. And what do? I help coaches, consultants, and entrepreneurs to organize their space and streamline their thoughts so that they can focus on attracting and serving premium clients. Now, I do have over 20 years of experience with helping people to get their surroundings under control, and through that I've developed my step-by-step one system, which is applicable not only to your physical space, but to the other four pillars of your life, that being your health, your habits, your heart, meaning your spirituality, relationships, etc., and your head. Hence, declutter the brain. All right. Now, just a quick question for you. How would it help you to, take immediate action on your clutter? Do you think you'd be more focused so you would be more productive? Would you maybe be more relaxed? I certainly know I am a lot more relaxed when I've got, when there is no clutter, frankly, either physical or mental. Tell you what, if you answered yes to those questions, just hold that thought and we will give you your next steps to take later in this video in approximately 10 minutes from now. All right, now this week we are talking about the differences between speaking of focus, between the differences between a collector, a clutterer, and a hoarder. Now, especially in my early days of virtual decluttering, whenever I told anybody what it is that I do, even when I worked on site, people would say, "Ooh, like those hoarding shows on TV." Well, yeah, except, let me go on record again. I've said it before, I will say it again, that I have hello, thank you for joining. I have a really hard time with people poking fun at other people's misfortune. Hello, Michael, God love you. And Pam, good heavens, hello. I have a really hard time with people who poke fun at other people's misfortune. Say for example, when it comes to hoarding. Now that's just a personal viewpoint. And there is a big difference, there is a big difference between collecting, cluttering, and hoarding, but it's a very fine line at the same time. So this is why when people say, "Oh, I like those TV shows," no, it isn't like that. And especially, I declutter the brain. At the end of the day, there's a little bit of physical decluttering, but mostly it's all in between the ears, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I did have an on-site experience in a hoarder's house. The gentleman phoned and said, "My wife has made my place is unlivable for me and my daughter. Can you come and help?" And with her demeanor of the crossed arms, and he just said, "She won't even let me throw out a milk jug." Okay, that's when it becomes an extreme situation. Most people are not nearly that bad. All right, we're going to get more into that tomorrow, what to do. All right, but right now we're just focusing on the difference. I believe it depends on the state of mind of the person and the eye of the beholder. Say, I might look at Michael's quote clutter, and then Pam might look at Michael's quote clutter, and we may have two very different opinions of Michael's clutter. Okay, so it's all relative, is what I'm trying to say. Now, Tuesday we talked about definition of a collector, and all of these are definitions are courtesy of psychiatry.org. All right. Now, collecting. It's usually around a specific theme, like stamps or models, or my father had antique cameras. Well, he kept them as he kept them as he was using them. So yeah, he didn't go and buy the antique cameras. Although one of them was from the 1930s, it was his father. Oh, that's a beauty. It's a brownie. Anyway, they're often well organized. They are almost always well organized, valuable groupings many times, and they're displayed for appreciation, and they're acquired through planned searches, and they don't take over the living space. They're there for pleasure. Okay, it usually doesn't cause undue financial distress, although some people again may go overboard. But generally, it's a planned collection, much like the fella that I met a few years ago, that he had an entire room devoted to Kiss. He had every stitch of Kiss memorabilia, Kiss the rock band, memorabilia that there was to be had. Over a 20 years collection. Oh yeah, that was really cool. It's organized, and then collecting is organized and systematic. Okay, now sometimes collectors will have a similar amount of possessions as someone with HD, hoarding disorder. Okay, now yesterday, again, we are going with psychiatry.org. The DSM-5 is a list. It's an extensive list of mental disorders, so to speak, or what they classify as things to be looked at. They don't mean that you're sick in the head, okay? Relax. Clutter is defined in the DSM-5 as, and I quote, a large group of usually unrelated objects piled together in a disorganized fashion in spaces designed for other purposes like floors and hallways. May or may not have a specific theme, and it's usually stashed in storage spaces. Okay, so fair enough, all right. May cause mild distress. Now, that could be with my clients. It goes from anything from, well, I'll get to it later, to, oh my God. Okay, yeah. And sometimes it can have an impact on the social life, but it's not as severe as the following. Here we go. Are you ready for a drum roll, ladies and gentlemen? This is according to the International OCD Foundation, and also parts of this are in the DSM-5. Hoarding disorder is a mental health disorder, but diagnosis requires all three, one, two, three, of the following. A person collects, and I'm quoting here, so don't shoot the messenger. A person collects and keeps a lot of items, even those that appear useless to most people. And when the clutter results from excessive acquisition, and they always have difficulty getting rid of things versus sometimes, like clutterers do. Okay, number two, these items take over the living spaces and keep the person from using the rooms as intended. That's number two, take over the living spaces. Number three, these items cause distress or problems in day-to-day activities. No specific theme, excessive acquisition, either free or purchased. they're repeating themselves here. Now, this can cause sanitation concerns, structural issues, may have an impact on the surrounding community, certainly the family, and can even impede access to emergency services. Yeah, so there's a safety issue here. Can cause withdrawal from society, everything like that. Now, as someone who has clients you could take a few of these and say, my God, maybe I've never had sanitation concerns, but it can apply to almost everybody. Again, it is in the eye of the beholder now. And it's also, I believe, how much problem it is actually causing. Now, in this case of the place that I went to see, it damn near was unlivable. All right, and sanitation concerns were going to be a concern. Now, where do you draw the line? Michael, Pam, where do you draw the line? And would you agree it's in the eye of the beholder? Because all of us have had problems like that. But if we think of, quote, those hoarder shows, then yeah, I suppose that is the only way to really imagine it, is when it is unlivable. However, I'm going to give you this as food for thought as well, way off script. A client that I had, she mourned her husband for 10 years, and she just let the clutter build up in her bedroom and just didn't do anything about it. My God, we found $750 worth of gift cards, okay? But she wasn't hoarding, she wasn't accumulating. It just kind of happened by itself. Most of the things in the room were gifts to her. Cue the screaming baby. So you see, there are so many permutations and combinations to this issue. And if anybody, this is what I have gotten through my research, but I invite you, if you learn any more, or you can point me in another direction, share this video, because maybe somebody out there has more insights. I know a couple of people have been wanting to talk to me about this. So yeah, real hoarder stories, not TV. Okay, I want to finish with this. The overall prevalence of hoarding disorder is approximately 2.6% of the population, let's say North America, are hoarders. And it can start in the teens, and then its highest rate is people over 60. Oh boy. I'm going to leave you with that. Okay, not only you may want to share this video, but if you're interested in seeing other videos that I've made on a myriad of topics, just go to YouTube, type in Declutter the Brain, and we are cataloged and organized for your convenience. Now, I'm just going to ask you, how much more would you accomplish if you weren't distracted by your clutter? Do you just want your clutter gone and your mental clarity back? Yes? Finally, are you an action taker who is committed to clearing your space and organizing your thoughts so you can create that amazing life? Yeah? All right. Gonna give you 3 steps. I told you, number 1, get off that hamster wheel and join Declutter the Brain Facebook group. The link is down below. We have our Friday workshop tomorrow. Come and join us. It's with Pam, and it's at, what time is it, Pam? It's at 12 Eastern. Number 2 on your steps is 7 easy. Download 7 easy steps to conquer your physical and mental clutter, and the link is down below in the notes. And while you're there, just book a call with me. I'll listen to hear what your clutter may be actually costing you, and give you a right now plan to jumpstart your results, and then we can talk about if we're fit to work together. Alrighty then. Tomorrow we ask the question, thank you, Pam, how can I help? See you tomorrow, 11 Eastern. Bye for now.